Hi everyone, my name is Lori Gonzalez and I'm here to talk to you today about what I believe is the most important quality a leader can have, initiative. I would like to tell you about one of the most influential leaders in my life, the woman who hired me right out of college, Dina. Back when Dina was originally hired, she was in an entry-level position and she was just happy to have a seat at the table. She worked hard and was very smart, but those qualities alone would not have set Dina apart from her new colleagues. She was consistently questioning the status quo and asking why procedures were the way they were. She was curious and wanted to always leave a task better than she was taught how to do it. More effective, for example. Within a year, she was promoted within her department and became a liaison to another department. She didn't simply get the job done and call it a day. She improved the relationship between the two departments. Within a couple of years, she had identified a new position in the other department. She then lobbied for the establishment of that new position and interviewed and got that job. Taking her knowledge and relationship from the original department, the two departments began to work together better than they ever had. Now, it isn't reasonable to expect everyone to create new positions for themselves in other departments. But what Dina did was she saw a need and the opportunity that that need created. She took action, bettering herself in the process. And I want that for all of you. I want you to take action on opportunities you create in your life. So what does a leader that shows initiative look like? A leader that shows initiative must first know what they want. They need to see the opportunity and how they can make a difference by acting on it. Then they need to be able to push themselves on to act on it. Initiators must be willing to take risks. Not everything an initiator tries is going to work out the way they see it, but some things will. And in order to be successful, the leader must be willing to try and be willing to be wrong sometimes. Because of this, initiators must be willing to have more failures. It is inevitable that with more risk, there will be more failures. But with more risk, there also comes even greater achievements. An example of the initiative quality is Kemmons Wilson, the creator of Holiday Inn Motels. He created the motel chain in the early 1950s. Wilson once took his family on a vacation across the United States, and he noticed a lack of consistency in hotel quality from establishment to establishment. From this trip, he saw that America needed a predictably nice and clean hotel chain that people could trust to be good just by its name. And he did. He created the Holiday Inn chain. Another example of showing initiative is when an employee does more than is expected of them. Completing the task as directed by your leader is certainly the first step, and it should not be overlooked as unnecessary. But when you have a task, try being exceptional while completing it. And go the extra mile. So you may ask, why is this important to leadership? Why is having initiative important? Well, having initiative as an employee is important. It's important to becoming a high-quality leader because, first of all, you aren't going to be noticed and promoted if you just do the bare minimum. Even doing the bare minimum exceptionally well is still the bare minimum. And secondly, opportunities are not always going to be presented to you. People aren't always going to come up to you and ask you if you want to do things or if you have an opinion on something. Oftentimes, you have to seek out the opportunity to know it's there. So you might be thinking, how do I demonstrate initiative in my life? I demonstrate this quality by first making up my mind that I'm going to go above and beyond in any task that is asked of me that day. Yes, especially in the beginning, deciding to take initiative does not happen at the moment you take the action. Taking initiative must be a conscious choice that an employee makes every day, so that when you see an opportunity, you don't think about it and risk missing it, or more probably talking yourself out of it. It will become instinct to see an opening and taking it. I'd like to share a couple of stories from my personal life where I showed initiative. Although I didn't have any previous managerial experience, when we hired our intern, I took it upon myself to organize their daily tasks and to ensure that they were well trained and confident in their abilities. It was not my job to train them. No one asked me to do it, but I had the skills and I took the initiative and I did it. In my position as an accountant, another example from my personal life is the first step in learning to reconcile an account is to look at how the previous accountant completed it, and you try to imitate it. And most accountants stop there. However, I try to take it a step further and look a little deeper. I look at the issues that I've had to fix in the account and begin to examine why they occurred and what could be done to keep them from happening. There have been instances where I passed on my thoughts up to the decision makers, and some of my suggestions were actually put into place. Having initiative means speaking up and sharing your ideas, even when no one is asking for them. So how can you take initiative? There are two specific things you can do to display initiative in your own life. The first is to not wait around for an opportunity to knock. You can't sit around and wait for people around you to come ask for your opinion or for you to take on a bigger role in the office. Think about your experience, what you have to offer, and what needs to be done or improvements that you see that can be done around you. If you start to look, opportunities are all around you. Next, you must actually take the step. Act on the opportunity. Take note of the opportunities you see, pick the best one, and act on it. It doesn't have to be big. Does your department need someone to organize the holiday celebration? Volunteer to do it. Once you do, you might just pick up a new skill, or learn a lesson, or make a new connection. Most importantly, you will learn how it feels to put yourself out there, and you will build your self-confidence. This will make the next opportunity you see, possibly a riskier opportunity, easier to take on. In conclusion, taking initiative doesn't have to start with something as big as starting your own business, like our Holiday Inn example. Taking initiative just means setting your mindset that you're going to do better than average. You're going to do more than just what is asked of you. Then look around for opportunities in all aspects of your life, inside and outside of work. This is because even if the new opportunity may have nothing to do with your career, it may just open up a new door for you. You may learn a new skill or make a new connection. And lastly, take the next step. You can share your idea, take on a project, be prepared when you're only required to show up. Just remember, great things rarely come to those who sit around and wait for great things to happen. Take the plunge, risk the fall, and even if you don't succeed, you know how to improve for next time. Good luck on your initiative.